Listen, where you are today is not where you have to be tomorrow. I know some of you are sitting there thinking your best days are behind you. I know some of you think you missed your chance. But let me tell you something that might shake you up a little bit. You are one decision away from a completely different life. Your current situation is not your final destination. See, we get so caught up in what is that we forget about what could be. You have been walking around wearing yesterday's clothes like a heavy coat, and it is weighing you down. Take it off. The moment you realize that your past does not have the power to define your future is the moment everything changes. Look around at where you are right now. Maybe you are in a job you hate. Maybe you are in debt. Maybe you are alone when you thought you would be with someone. Maybe you gained weight you did not plan on gaining. Maybe you lost something you thought you would always have. I get it, I see you. But here is what you need to understand. This is just a moment in time. This is not the whole movie. This is one scene, and you have the power to write the next one differently. Too many people look at their current circumstances and decide that is who they are. They let their bank account tell them their worth. They let their last relationship tell them they are unlovable. They let their last business failure tell them they are not cut out for success. That is a lie you have been believing, and it is time to stop. Your circumstances are temporary. Your situation can change. But first, your mind has got to change. Think about a GPS for a second. When you make a wrong turn, does it say, well, you messed up, I guess you are just going to be lost forever? No, it recalculates. It finds you a new route from where you are right now. That is what you need to do with your life. Stop sitting there mad about the wrong turn you took 5 miles back. Recalculate. Find the new route from right here, right now. I am talking to somebody right now who has been using their past as an excuse. You have been saying, well, if this had not happened to me, or if I had not done that, or if they had not left me, then I would be successful. Then I would be happy. Then I would start living my real life. But you know what? All of that is just noise. It is just a story you keep telling yourself to justify staying stuck. The truth is, you are scared to try again. You are scared to hope again. You are scared that if you really go for it and it does not work out, you will be devastated. So you stay in this safe, miserable place and call it realism. But let me tell you what real realism is. Real realism is understanding that every single person who ever did anything worth talking about had to start from somewhere. Some of them started from nothing. Some of them started from less than nothing. Some of them had every reason to quit, and they kept going anyway. They did not have some special advantage you do not have. They just decided that where they were was not where they were going to stay. They reset their mindset. They rebuilt themselves. And so can you. You do not need permission from anybody to start over. You do not need to wait until you have it all figured out. You do not need to wait until people believe in you. You just need to make a decision right now that you are not going to let your current situation become your permanent address. Plant your flag in the future you want, not in the past you are stuck in. Stop waiting for perfect conditions to start over. You know what most people do? They wait. They wait for the right time, the right amount of money, the right connections, the right feelings. Let me tell you something about waiting. While you are waiting, life is passing you by. The right time is right now, even if right now is messy. I hear people say this all the time. They say that when I get a little more money saved up, I will start my business. When I lose 20 pounds, then I will start dating. When the kids are grown, then I will go back to school. When things settle down at work, then I will focus on my health. You know what happens to those people? They never start, because there will always be a reason to wait. There will always be something that is not quite perfect yet. Life is never going to be perfect. The conditions are never going to be ideal. There is never going to be a moment where everything aligns. The stars are in position, all your bills are paid, all your relationships are solid, and you have maximum energy and motivation. That is a fantasy. That is not how life works. Life is messy. Life is complicated. Life throws you curveballs when you least expect them. So if you are waiting for perfect, you are going to be waiting forever. The people who win in life are not the ones who have perfect conditions. They are the ones who started anyway. They started with what they had. They started where they were. They started scared, broke, tired, and confused, and they figured it out along the way. You think every successful business started with $1 million and a perfect plan. Most of them started on a kitchen table with a dream and a whole lot of hustle. Right now, you have something you can start with. You might not have everything you need, but you have something. You have an idea. You have a skill. You have time. You have a desire. You have a phone. You have the internet. You have more resources available to you right now than people had 20 years ago when they built empires. So what is really stopping you? It is not the lack of resources. It is the lack of decision. Stop using your circumstances as an excuse for inaction. I do not have the money. Okay, so start with free. I do not have the connections. Okay, so start building them. I do not know how. Okay, so start learning. There is a YouTube video for everything. There is a book on everything. There is someone who has done what you want to do, who shared their process. The information is out there. The opportunity is out there. What is missing is your willingness to start before you are ready. You want to know a secret. Nobody is ever ready. Nobody ever feels 100% prepared. Everybody is making it up as they go along. They just do not tell you that part. They show you the highlight reel. They show you the success. They do not show you the part where they were terrified and did it anyway. They do not show you the failures and the mess and the confusion. But that is part of everybody's story, including yours. So today, not tomorrow, not next Monday, not next month, today, do one thing that moves you toward the life you want. Send one email, make one call, write one page, do one workout, apply for one job, have one hard conversation, just one thing. Because that one thing breaks the pattern of waiting. That one thing tells your brain, we are not waiting anymore, we are moving. And once you start moving, momentum builds. But you've got to take the first step, and you've got to take it now. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth does not happen in your comfort zone. I am talking to somebody right now who knows exactly what they need to do, but they are scared. That fear you feel, that is not a stop sign. That is your signal that you are about to level up. Every successful person you admire was terrified at some point, but they moved anyway. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. You know what your comfort zone is. It is that job you hate, but keep showing up to because it is predictable. It is that relationship that is not serving you, but you stay because being alone feels scary. It is those same habits, same routines, same excuses, same results year after year. And somewhere deep inside, you know you are capable of more. But more requires you to step into the unknown, and that feels dangerous. Let me tell you what is really dangerous. The real danger is getting to the end of your life and realizing you played it safe the whole time. The real danger is looking back and seeing all the things you did not do because you were afraid. The real danger is dying with your dreams still inside you, unexpressed, unattempted, unrealized. That should scare you more than failure ever could. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is information. Fear tells you that something matters to you. If you were not afraid, it would mean you did not care about the outcome. So feel the fear, acknowledge it. Thank you for showing you that you are about to do something significant, and then do it anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is being scared to death and doing it anyway. Think about the first time you did anything new, the first time you drove a car, the first time you went on a date, the first time you spoke in front of people. You were nervous. Your heart was racing. You did not know if you could do it, but you did it and you survived and you got better at it. That is how everything works. The discomfort you feel right now about making a change is the same discomfort you felt before every other breakthrough in your life. The version of you that you want to become, that person lives on the other side of uncomfortable. That person had to have hard conversations. That person had to wake up early when they did not feel like it. That person had to invest money they were not sure they could afford to lose. That person had to risk looking foolish. That person had to fail in front of people. That person had to feel all the feelings you are trying to avoid right now. And that person did it anyway. You know why most people do not get what they want? It is not because they are not smart enough or talented enough. It is because they are not willing to be uncomfortable long enough. They start something new. It gets hard. They feel awkward. They feel like they do not know what they are doing and they quit. They go right back to what is comfortable. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Understand this discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. The discomfort of working out fades after an hour. The regret of an unhealthy body lasts years. The discomfort of a hard conversation lasts minutes. The regret of not speaking up lasts a lifetime. The discomfort of investing in yourself and taking a risk lasts months. The regret of not trying lasts until you die. Choose your heart. Choose the discomfort that leads somewhere instead of the comfort that leads nowhere. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Everything starts in your head. If you keep telling yourself you cannot do it, guess what? You are right. If you keep replaying your failures like a broken record, you will never write a new song. You have got to change the conversation you are having with yourself. Talk to yourself like you are someone you love, not someone you are trying to tear down. Listen to the way you talk to yourself for one full day. Really pay attention. How many times do you call yourself stupid? How many times do you say you cannot? How many times do you focus on what is wrong with you instead of what is right with you? How many times do you predict failure before you even try? If you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself, they would not be your friend anymore. So why do you think it is okay to do that to yourself? Your mind believes what you tell it most. If you keep saying, I am not good enough, your mind says, okay, we are not good enough, and it will find evidence to support that belief. If you keep saying, I always mess things up, your mind says, okay, we always mess things up, and guess what? You will mess things up because that is what you programmed yourself to do. You are walking around with software that is 20 years old, full of viruses and bugs, and you wonder why you keep crashing. You need to update your mental software. You need to install new beliefs. Start telling yourself different things. I am capable. I am learning. I am growing. I am worthy. I am enough. It is going to feel like a lie at first. Your brain is going to push back and say, no, we are not. Remember that time we failed? Yes, I remember. And we learned from it, and we are trying again. You have to argue with the negative voice. You have to talk back to it. Every thought you think is creating your reality, not in some magical, mystical way, but in a very practical way. Your thoughts drive your emotions drive your actions drive your results. So if you are thinking defeated thoughts, you will feel defeated, you will act defeated, and you will get defeated results. If you want different results, you have got to start with different thoughts. Stop meditating on your problems. Stop replaying every mistake. Stop rehearsing every worst case scenario. Your mind is not a trash can. Stop dumping garbage into it and expecting to feel good. Start feeding your mind things that build you up. Read something positive. Listen to something encouraging. Speak affirmations over yourself, even if you do not believe them yet. Repetition creates belief. Some of you have been thinking negative thoughts for so long that you think that is just who you are. I am just a negative person. I am just a worrier. I am just pessimistic. No, you are not. Those are just habits. Those are patterns you learned probably from childhood, probably from people around you. But habits can be changed. Patterns can be broken. You can teach yourself to think differently, but it takes intentional effort every single day. Protect your mind like it is the most valuable thing you own, because it is. Everything you will ever accomplish starts as a thought. Every change you will ever make starts with changing your mind. If you do not control your thoughts, they will control you. If you do not direct your mind, it will direct you right back to where you have always been. Take control. Think on purpose. Choose your thoughts. Guard your mind. Failure is not falling. Failure is staying down. Some of you are still beating yourself up over something that happened months or years ago. You lost the business. The relationship ended. You made a mistake. Okay, and what now? Are you going to let that one chapter write your whole story? Get back up. Dust yourself off. Use what you learned and do it differently this time. Let me tell you something about falling. Everybody does it. Everybody. There is not a single successful person on this planet who has not failed at something. The difference between the people who make it and the people who do not is what they do after they fall. Do they stay down and throw a pity party? Or do they get up, learn the lesson, and try again with more wisdom? You failed at something, okay? Welcome to the club. You are in good company. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. Oprah got fired from her first television job. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. You know what they all had in common? They did not define themselves by their failures. They used their failures as an education. Every failure has a lesson in it, but you will never learn the lesson if you are too busy feeling sorry for yourself. What did that failure teach you? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about your approach? What did you learn about other people? What would you do differently next time? Those are the questions you should be asking, not why does everything bad happen to me? Stop treating failure like it is permanent. It is not. It is temporary feedback. It is information. It is telling you that the approach did not work, so try a different approach. That is all. It does not mean you are a failure as a person. It means you tried something that did not pan out. Big difference. You are not your results. You're a person with potential who is learning and growing. Some of you have been out of the game so long because you failed once and you decided you were done. One bad relationship and you are never dating again. One business that did not work and you will never try again. One time you got embarrassed and you are never putting yourself out there again. Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds? You are going to let one experience determine the rest of your life. 1. Babies fall hundreds of times when they are learning to walk. Do they fall once and say, well, I guess walking is not for me. I'm just going to crawl forever. No, they get back up. They try again. They fall again. They get up again. They do not have the vocabulary to call themselves a failure. They do not have the baggage to be embarrassed. They just keep going until they figure it out. You used to be like that, before life beat you down, before people told you to be realistic, before you started caring so much about what other people think. You used to just try things. It is time to get that version of yourself back. Get up. Whatever knocked you down, it does not get to keep you down unless you let it. You have been down long enough. You have mourned long enough. You have replayed it long enough. The lesson has been learned. Now it is time to apply it. Get back in the game. Try again. This time with more knowledge, more experience, more wisdom. This time, you know what does not work, so you can focus on what does. You cannot rebuild yourself while surrounded by people who remind you of who you used to be. This is hard to hear, but some relationships have an expiration date. Not everybody can go where you are going. Some people are assigned to a season of your life, not a lifetime. If the people around you are not encouraging your growth, if they keep bringing up old versions of you, it might be time to love them from a distance. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look at them honestly. Are they growing or are they stagnant? Are they supportive or are they critical? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Do they celebrate your wins or do they downplay them? Do they encourage your dreams or do they tell you to be realistic? The people around you are either lifting you or dragging you down. There is no neutral. Some of the people in your life right now do not want you to change. And it is not because they are bad people.